The CBC's Chris Reyes is at the UN for us today. She joins us live from the Rose Garden there. And Chris, the conference has been underway for about an hour. What have we heard so far?
Good afternoon, Andrew. So far we've heard from French President Emmanuel Macron, who is co-chairing this event along with Saudi Arabia, the foreign minister of Saudi Arabia, sitting side by side, the French president. We've also heard from UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres to the brand new UN General Assembly President Annalena Baerbock. And I'll tell you, Andrew, what really stood out to me with the speeches is right off the bat, there was mention of a call to release the hostages in Gaza. It was almost as if there was a real effort to show that this two-state solution is both for a state of Palestine and for Israel. And I want to focus a little bit on the speech given by French President Emmanuel Macron, because he took a lot of time to explain why this conference is happening at this very moment. And just to give you some context, this is the next step to a process that's been happening here at the United Nations for more than a year now, really spurred as the humanitarian crisis in Gaza was spiraling out of control. And there was an effort among the international community here at the UN to try to rescue the two-state solution. And really, as you were seeing this gridlock at the Security Council with the US holding a veto power, they were trying to use the influence of the international community to show support for a peace process between a state of Palestine and Israel. And this is what Emmanuel Macron said just before he made that declaration recognizing the state of Palestine. He said that the time has come to stop the war. He said you can't show weakness in the face of terrorism, but there are also perils to endless wars. And from there, he made that declaration that he promised he would make here at the United Nations. Have a listen to what he said.
True to the historic commitment of my country to the Middle East, to peace between the Israelis and the Palestinians. This is why I declare that today France recognizes the state of Palestine.
And I don't know if you can see there, Andrew, but that was followed by a standing ovation from the Palestinian delegation in the General Assembly Hall. And Palestinian envoy Riyad Mansour, who has been front and center in this process, you could see there were tears in his eyes as that declaration was made. And we can expect that Canada will make the same declaration to recognize the state of Palestine. And according to the French president, other countries will do the same, including Australia and the UK. I mean, we are talking about Western countries that previously have stood on the sidelines of this issue. So this is a big deal. This is a historic moment for the United Nations, but there is a lot of doubt that this will make any difference in the region. But at least for the world leaders here at the UN, from the speeches that they're making, they seem to be saying that this is something that has to happen, and that support has to be voiced for the Palestinian people, for the peace process in the Middle East to have any chance of succeeding at all.
And Chris, we heard the Israeli ambassador refer to the response from Hamas to this conference. What are we hearing from other Palestinian officials?
Well, yeah, let me start with the Israeli ambassador, if I can, Andrew, because, again, the biggest obstacle to this conference is the fact that one half of the two-state solution is not present inside that General Assembly Hall. Israel is boycotting this meeting. This is a plenary session, which means all 193 member states are called to this meeting. He did speak to the press right before the meeting started, but when we asked him, where are you going to be as this meeting is happening, he said that the Israeli delegation will be at other meetings and talking to media, and he gave reasons for why that's what they plan to do.
Few minutes we will see a theater when President Macron and his colleagues will gather for the so-called conference. This is a theater because we all know that it's detached from reality. While Macron and his colleagues will celebrate 48 hostages who will stay in captivity in Gaza. When Hamas is praising this conference and calling it the fruit of October 7th, we know it's a problem.
Now, Andrew, I had a chance to sit down for an extensive interview with the Palestinian envoy here at the UN, Riyad Mansour, last week. And for him, what's happening inside that General Assembly hall right now is not theater at all. He believes that this is a turning point for the Palestinian people. And he gave this example of 1947 here at the UN General Assembly, when a vote in that very hall really paved the path to the state of Israel. He said he wants the same opportunity for the Palestinian people. Right now, inside that hall, they're talking about a framework for achieving the two-state solution, which was voted upon earlier this month. 142 countries, including Canada, voted to adopt that framework, and it demands certain things from both the Israeli and Palestinian leadership. And what the envoy told me is that on their side, they're ready to do their part.
From our side, we are committed to the implementation of everything that is required from us, but you need two parties to dance, not only one, and the Israeli side has to meet all of the things that is required from it by the international community.
So we're still waiting to hear from President Erdogan of Turkey. He's somebody who's been considered a major broker in the Middle East conflict. We are going to be hearing from European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen. There's a big contingent of Arab states represented in that meeting right now. Qatar will be speaking as well. And then, of course, Canada is 12th on that list. And we expect that Prime Minister Mark Carney, as promised, will make that declaration recognizing a Palestinian state when he takes that rostrum.
Chris, thank you. The CBC's Chris Reyes, live outside the United Nations in New York.